Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brian Clifton Mercedes channel. So I'm going to be looking at the 300 SDL today. It's been pretty good, but it has some problems with the air conditioning. If you just start the car up and get in there and don't move, it seems to get pretty cold. So that's great. And the problem is that as you start driving around, it kind of starts to seem to get a little warmer and it starts to seem like it's not working. So I have a couple of pretty good ideas about it, but maybe I'll show a couple things first. When I first got the car, the blower motor just wasn't turning on, and it would seem to turn on randomly, had some other problems. So I replaced this climate control unit. So basically you take out this guy, then you can pull the radio out, then there's two screws, you get this wooden piece out, and then basically the climate control is screwed to this wooden piece. So I swapped it out with one that I knew was good, and that fixed the problem. So then it started blowing nice and cold, and honestly, it was fine for a while under the hood. And then just identifying where the AC compressor is at, it's going to be on this car. It's going to be down here, so it's going to be this guy right down there. Let me see if I can get a good point at it. But yeah, right here. And so that's where it's going to be. You can tell it's belt driven, and so the belt is going to be turning the AC compressor. And then on the front, the way you can tell if your air conditioning's on or not is if this front plate is spinning, and that's your AC compressor clutch. And so if that's spinning too, that means it should be working as intended, and that compressor should be compressing the refrigerant. So the part that's involved in that is this little climate control unit. It'll say kick down or KLIMA on it. And so here's mine. That's the part number. But yeah, this is basically kind of telling it whether to engage or not. The unit that's inside the car, each of these speeds on here is having a different voltage, and that tells the blower motor how to operate. So since my air conditioning, like the blower motor, is working, I think that's just fine. And so in my case, for sure, what I've done is I've driven the car, and then when I noticed it stopped working, I got out and I noticed that the clutch was not spinning. I had my AC compressor replaced in my 300D, the W124. So I have this extra core here that I can kind of share and describe a little bit about. So when this is in the car, yeah, you'll get the electrical to this socket here, and yeah, the refrigerant lines I think go in there. And so the thing that's noteworthy about this is there's a couple of parts to think about. So there's this part I mentioned on the front, the clutch. And so yeah, the belt's obviously turning. You can tell it doesn't turn the clutch too. So because you may not have the AC on, it doesn't want to turn all the time. So this part here that goes over to this section, I believe this is the speed sensor. And so as this is turning inside, it's able to compare that to what the pulley is turning. And if that's not the same, then it's going to stop the clutch from engaging. Because basically, usually what would happen here is if it's not able to turn this the right speed, then there could be something wrong mechanically in here. And if this seizes, you're going to break your belt. And so that would be bad. So rather than having this fail and break the belt, it'll just let this free spin, clutch is not engaged. So if you go to the junkyard, and that's one possible problem you can have. And so that would stop the clutch from engaging. And then the way you could troubleshoot this is you turn your car off, turn it back on. If the AC works and it's engaging the clutch, then you know that your speed sensor might have a problem. And that was exactly the problem with my 300D. And yeah, you could try to just replace this piece if you wanted to. I guess it's possible this could be bad, but that could be dangerous because more than likely what's wrong is something inside of there. And unless you know how to rebuild this, I wouldn't try to touch or play that game. There's also another piece here too. So under the pulley, there's a coil. So this coil is an electromagnetic coil, and that is how it's basically sending the signal. Uses magnetism to engage the clutch. So that could go bad too. I don't know what the symptoms of that would be necessarily, but for sure, like if this clutch is not turning, I would think if the coil's gone, it just wouldn't work ever. So, but yeah, if it's intermittent, I guess you could take off the front here, take this bolt, take off the clutch, and then there's the coil. And then the clutch, I guess itself could go bad, so you could order parts for these if you wanted to try to figure that out. But in my case, I don't think for this car it's any of those. Okay, here we go. It's really loud, but basically you can see the clutch spinning. See it going? It's going pretty fast, so that's pretty awesome. And then inside the car here, it's blowing nice and cold. So I got some good air going, good temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive the car around a little bit and see what happens. Okay, I took the car about 5 miles, and it's definitely not blowing cold anymore. Okay, so no surprise, the AC clutch is not moving. So that is why we are not getting cold temperatures in there. So this is what I suspect right here. I'm gonna go ahead and jiggle this. You can see the compressor clutch came back on. So I haven't turned the engine off. If I turn the engine off and back on, that would that might be indicating the speed sensor had a problem. But this came back on without turning the car off. So if I just do this and pull this out, obviously the clutch won't work. So I mean, this is electronically actuating the clutch. Yeah, see, there it goes again, okay? So I'm gonna take this guy apart, and I think it's got some bad solder joints in it. Okay, here's my setup. So I got the relay here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that apart. And then here I got a set of philo screwdrivers. I'm gonna use those to kind of wedge each of the corners open so I can pull this out. And then I got a soldering iron right here, and I got some rosin cord just in case I need it. But the idea here is once I get this open, I can go find the solder joints, reflow them, add some solder if needed, and then we should be back in business with this. The first thing I noticed is looking at this, usually there's like a silicone layer around here, and that's missing. So it could be that somebody's already opened this up before. So I'm going to go ahead and wedge the screwdrivers in there and get started taking this out. And here we go. So I was able to get that out pretty easy. I just kind of pushed these two on the long sides and then just wedged it out. So let's take a look at what we got in here. Okay. And so when you go to put that in, you can only really put it one way because it's probably hard to see, but in here there's a little guide in the plastic. And so that will correspond to the edge of this board. So you don't really have to remember which way it went. But yeah, looking at this, you know, just at a glance looks okay. The part that we have to look at is over here. And so, yeah, this is kind of a mess. I think someone's been in here and they might have tried what I'm doing. So each of these goes to one of the pins on the bottom. And so it's definitely not supposed to be this close together for each of them. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. All right, here's what I'm doing. I'm just basically going through with my soldering iron and then just getting each of these joints pretty hot to where it starts to flow again. And yeah, once it gets all liquidy, you know, just kind of let that cool again. And so in this particular case, you know, I'm not exactly sure if someone's been in here or not. Yeah, I'll have to, if this doesn't work, I think I'll probably have to order one from Programma. And I can use this as a core to trade in. All right, so I did about the best I could here. There's 11 pins, and I think if you look at the board here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think each of these little blobs, and there's like a space in between each of one of them, goes to the pins. And so I made sure that there's separation between each of them. I had to add some material to a couple of these ones, like this guy, make it a little bit thicker, make sure it has good contact with the pads under there. And yeah, I just want to make sure that these are not like flowing to each other. So that could have been a problem. But anyways, I've reflowed these, just getting it hot enough that it turns to liquid, and then just, that's it, just let it cool. I don't have a solder wick that I can get all the material off and then redo it. That would be my first choice probably. So I need to get some stuff, some materials. But yeah, got this thing unplugged and then just wiped it down. So this is the Hako 650 FX. So it's a pretty nice one, and it's only about 30 bucks. It gets really hot. So I definitely like this, and then it comes with a pretty nice tip too. And then the tips are pretty cheap, like $5 each. So, all right. Well, I think the next steps are basically put this back, and then I got some sealant to put on there. And here's how it looks. I put some silicone on there, just all around the edges where the plastic meets the other plastic on the base. And I'll clean this up just a little bit so it doesn't have it all over the pins. But yeah, as this dries, then it will at least keep a seal and get all the dirt and keep the dirt out of here. Got it back in there, and the clutch is looking good on the compressor. All right, so that didn't seem to work, so definitely a fail. Before I give up, there's one more thing I can try. I do have another spare KLIMA relay, and so this is a good working one, and I know that this one works in my 300D. With the same engine, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a shot. So it's got the same number of pins, and yeah, it fits right in there. I just did some cross-referencing online, and it looks like that might it might be a good part to use, so let's give that a shot. All right, so far so good. I'm just gonna give it some more time though, and just see how it's going, because I heard some noises coming from here, and then the clutch did shut off. I went and turned the fan to auto and then back to high, and it came back on. So I'll give this a couple more minutes. I think it might be the compressor. Yeah, compressor's slipping there. It keeps going on and off. Well, I was hoping we could repair it, but that's okay. And so it was good to try another relay in there. that I know is working after realizing it should work and seeing it work. So, after just kind of keeping the car idle, you can really see what the problem might be. And that looks like probably if I had to guess, the compressor coil is messed up or some part of the compressor. So at this point, I think that that's probably the repair that has to happen to get the AC working again is drop in a new compressor. So that's something I can't do. I have a friend who knows how to do that, and he can do that for me at his shop. So that's probably what I'll do when it's time to do it. Right now, it's still nice weather outside, so I'm just going to keep going without doing this repair yet. But yeah, well, thanks for watching, and definitely some more things coming with this car. So stay tuned.